Welcome back, everybody, to the G8B stream. Shogun still here with CJ, and after we have just seen Elevate get taken down by Twisted Minds, we are now here for match number 2, and that is going to be NIP, the Ninjas in Pyjamas, looking to try and take down the Monkeys. This one could be fun. I feel like Monkeys are a bit of a wild card team in this entire group.
They are, but this is exciting. I feel like the first series, we sort of felt it was going to be pretty one-sided. Obviously, in a 3v3 format, NIP, we're talking about those guys, but I mean, the Monkeys are sort of made a little bit for this format. Obviously, they've got Raziz, who takes down all the 1v1s, and he's an absolute superstar in his own right. So it's certainly a chance for them to pinch some games off the Monkeys. And a few players in the ad break were mentioning the Monkeys as a bit of a dark horse.
Yeah, I think this is a very, very scary team, especially if Monkeys can steal one of those threes games. I think that at that point, in 2s and in 1s, they are very, very dangerous. But as you previously mentioned, NIP should have an advantage in the 3s. But we also know, we go on and on about it, EU depth. And if you threw a team like Monkeys into a European regional and you said, all right, they got top 8, you wouldn't really bat much of an eye at it, because you think, yeah, you know what, that happens.
Yeah, on paper, I mean, this side is, as you said, it's not surprising. They're almost like a mini Hogan mode. They've got that sort of feel about them. It wouldn't be surprising to me if they crack top 8s, top 4s over in Europe. But as I said, this game mode, I feel like these guys are they live on the ranked. You look at the players on the side of Monkeys with Matane, Smokes, and Raziz as well. You look at Matane, he's always in the 2s. Raziz he lives on Johnny Boy's stream. I think he's probably paying rent at this point. He's had that many 1v1 show matches, so it's going to be certainly exciting, and also obviously exciting on the other side of things to see how NIP go with the 1s and 1s and 2s as well, because they're so mechanical. We look at what Motta was able to do at Worlds.
Yeah, I think NIP will also have been wanting more coming out of Worlds, so this will be their opportunity to try and add more to it, but they need to really prove themselves on the 3 side on this one. They have to be taking those games, because otherwise they do find themselves vulnerable. And they mentioned they should win. They are coming into this one as the favorites, rightfully so, but I also feel like you can't underestimate South American 3s is so fast. And it might be a little bit of a shock to the European lads.
It might, and I'm just thinking of the mental side of things as well. You look at the side of NIP. They just played at the World Championships, right? That was their tournament to, come out and really show all they've got. And now this is sort of that. It's sort of like, they've had their main course. Now they're getting their dessert, a little bit of Games 8. They're having fun. Whereas on the side of Monkey Shogun, this is their World Championships. This is their side. This is their time to really perform. This is what they've been waiting for. They've been preparing, practicing. Does the pressure almost, play a factor in it, in that, Monkeys will have a lot of pressure on them because, as I said, this is their world? Or is it the fact that they're taking it more seriously, perhaps, going to play into their advantage?
It's very difficult to gauge, like, the teams coming into this that didn't take part in Worlds, and especially the teams that did take part in Worlds, because after Worlds, we typically see the massive roster shuffle. Everyone's already making moves. You already hear about everything about a week after the event. And on this one, we don't know what's going on. We don't know the mentalities of the teams. We don't know which of these teams have maybe had discussions, how the confidence and the mental is coming into an event like this one. So I guess we will see. But for Monkeys, I mean, this is either all the pressure in the world, or it's an opportunity that they haven't seen before.
Yeah, it feels like almost that underdog story can really come to your advantage. I know that when you don't have the pressure on you, the Monkeys are coming in, everyone sort of sees this team. It's like, oh, well, these guys they're not signed to an org. They're just here to have some fun. They can certainly do some damage. So I'm thinking this is going to be a series. I think we were pretty accurate with the first one being very one-sided. I'm thinking this is not going to be a sweep just with the 1v1 factor. It's just how the Monkeys go in the 3, a team that has been at LAN so many times before in NIP.
Yeah, and I'll give a quick shout out as well to Matane, who has He's stuck around. You know, we talk about how difficult it is to stay at the very, very top of Rocket League, and we've seen players that have been world champions, you know, and then they drop down, and we're not even seeing them at events anymore. Matean's done something that I feel is even more difficult, where he's never really been able to crack into the top 4, the top 6 teams over in Europe, but he's been on that range, you know, below what that is, and I feel like that's incredibly difficult to have kept a longevity in that sort of position.
I mean, he's just always there. Yeah, like he's always around the mark, as you said. So it's a credit to him, because it's not just hard, I guess, motivation wise, but it's just very demanding to stay at the top of a scene that, I mean, the ceiling's just getting pushed higher and higher, but he's always been up there mechanically. He's never really fallen off, and maybe gets a chance now to do, I guess, what we saw with Guild last year, you know, making it all the way to the top 4, but just falling at that final hurdle. We're a team that, you know, everyone really had written off, but the format really helped them with CRR last year and those guys. So perhaps that's what we can do.
Yeah, it will be, I feel, an awful lot of pressure on Razias going into this series. He is really the player to watch. I get the feeling we're going to see him in the 1s. He's probably going to be in the 2s. He needs to be starting this series off incredibly hot. Otherwise, it gets difficult from there, because he needs to be picking up wins as often as he possibly can. I'm not sure if there's a backup option there in the 1s. I feel like even if Razias is playing bad, you've got to send him in anyway.
Yeah, it's just a given. I mean, I don't know how much the heat check, the warm up factor plays into it. I just think, no matter who's feeling it on the day, if you've got a guy that is the 1s player, put him in the 1s, because it is such a mental game, and it's not all just about, you know, who's feeling it mechanically. So I think Razias will pop off, and he's certainly made for this sort of a format in the crew battles. But as he said, NIP, we saw Fazzy, the coach of NIP as well, with his notebook out. He's always writing stuff down as well, which is I'm not sure what he's writing down, or there's so many pages he's got back there. There's a notebook. You can see it right there. What is he telling them? Someone tell me.
See, this is the greatest thing you can ever do. Oh, there is actually stuff written in there. I was thinking, like, you just walk around and just have nothing written down. If anyone's ever seen me, like, at a live event and you've seen me with, like, a cue card, there's never actually anything written on that cue card. I just have it there to fidget with.
It certainly looks professional, but he's got pages written. I mean, it's an NIP handbook as well. Like, it is an org prescribed thing, but that's what we love. We've got to be getting into this one though. Here we go. Game number 2 over on the B stream. We saw Twisted Minds get the sweep in the first, but this is the second match of Group B. It's NIP taking on Monkeys.
Right, I'm going to rush you for a prediction before anything happens.
NIP 3-2.
I'll go NIP 3-1.
Safer.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, yours is a big prediction, actually. I'm impressed with that one. Oh, Razias. Oh, he's left it for his teammate.
Perfect start for the Monkeys. This is what we love. Maybe I'll go 3-2 Monkeys after seeing this start. Razias. No, I can't. I'm obviously not changing yet. I might be getting ahead of myself, but we saw what Twisted Minds did. They scored in 17 seconds of game 1. This time it's Monkeys in 16 seconds.
Off the ceiling. Bems gets beat to it. Again, this is the danger. When you take on one of these European outsider teams, they can just catch you out. It's not a easy team to take on.
It's a good region.
Here it is.
It's a great region, isn't it? It is a fantastic region. I mean,
I try and stay out of those conversations, but yes, it's undeniable.
They just keep showing up on the other side. South America certainly have been pretty strong so far this season. Well, I mean, this season's over, isn't it? But, I mean, for us, until Gamers8 finishes, this season is still going strong. There's Monkeys with a perfect start. Razias, the man we were looking for, perhaps in the 1v1 format, but he's really showing up in the 3s as well.
Well, for the first time, Bems finds himself on the ball, and not for the first time he finds himself dispossessed without really creating too much damage. NIP cannot allow Monkeys to stay safe on the goal line. You can already see they are not willing to really push the pace. It's something that has almost been a hallmark of almost every single Matane team. Doesn't rush. He's got the 1-goal lead. He's happy to keep it.
I feel like mundane is a hard word to use or a harsh word to use, but really
hey, mundane's great when it's winning you games and getting you extra prize money.
When you've got the lead, it is the perfect thing to do, just playing safe. And here he is again. Here's Matane, as can't quite get the second touch. Leaves a chance for NIP to get to work. Fake off the ceiling, blocked out again. I mean, they're really just setting up a camp. Monkeys in the back half.
Yeah, so far so good. Raziz tries to find the bump, and you can see Mota had to dive out of the way for it. Bems again. He's the player that's been on the transition. But I feel like Bems is playing an awful lot for a challenge in the midfield that is not happening. Now they're trying to go for the demos. This is a lot better, but they're going to need more of those because Monkeys have got 2 players on the goal line, so demoing 1 is a little bit pointless.
And Matane played that so safe as well, just sitting so deep on the goal line. It's certainly just such a defensive-minded team I'm seeing already, and I feel like 1v1 players naturally are just better at playing defense, or perhaps just more defensive in general. They certainly shadow a bit more and try and give themselves space. So seeing a little bit of that so far from the Monkeys.
I know the ones players, though, don't usually camp the goal line. It's usually more a scramble defense that they like to do. They like to try and bait in a bad shot.
Yeah.
This has been outright defense. Monkeys have made it very clear what the strategy is. And they are 2 minutes away from it working out. And all they've got to do right now is just keep sending in 1 player at a time. Now they've actually got a bit aggressive here. 2 players were over, and now they've got another goal.
That's a phenomenal pitch coming out. Let's have another look at that one. It was Matane grabbing the corner boost, but Raziz has found the perfect angle. Bams couldn't get the save in net either, and it was Smokes finishing it off. But Raziz twice, Shogun, has been that playmaker for the Monkeys.
And with this, you know, now you see a real win condition for Monkeys in this series. 2s and 1s, they would feel very, very happy with. But if they've got 3s going this well for them, who knows what could happen? NIP might be looking at an upset. Astro can't get it any further. NIP are trying everything they can to clear out these goalkeepers, and there's just too many of them.
Great speed. They really are adopting that counter-attack play style, but I love how deep they sit in net and just fending off this NIP offense time and time again, and that gives them a chance down the other end to grab boost, look for the demos, and set up an attack of their own. I mean, NIP, as you said, a team that is at the World Championships and looks strong as well, just not quite up to it at the moment. Monkeys, the perfect start. As you said, there could be 1s or 2s to follow, and I fancy them.
I mean, there's a leave on that one. Matane gets a good challenge. Now, a nice position actually here for Mota. But these positions haven't gone anywhere previously because the challenge has been so strong, but now they can try and build. Monkeys are well set up. Finding challenges on everything, and yeah, Raziz is not going to rush that ball.
Look how deep he's sitting. It's honestly perfect positioning and a perfect way to play against the NIP that's getting desperate. There's not much time left. They need to get it down the other end, but here we see again, Bams just has to go to the side. Monkey's reading everything. Smokes now just going for the slow air dribble, which is just killing time and time again. More time off the clock. Raziz waiting so deep. I mean, NIP just can't find a way through. Monkeys, the perfect start, the perfect game plan. And again, everyone on the backboard, they want to keep the clean sheet. Raziz, maybe 1 more for good measure as well. Ball hits the ground. Monkeys, well, they've surprised me.
That was very, very impressive, and they outright refuse to engage with NIP on a lot of occasions. NIP can be as quick as they want to be, but there's no point trying to beat your opponent to the ball when nobody else is going towards the ball. And NIP just seemed shocked by that. They kept getting there really quick, hitting the ball very hard to a defender that's just waiting for it. And yeah, incredibly impressive, and almost... I feel like Monkeys might just want to play another 3s game. They don't want to see a 2s or a 1s game.
Well, instantly NIP have said, give us the 2s. They're going to steer clear of Raziz in the 1s for now. And NIP want the 2s. It's going to be Mota and Astro. We're just waiting confirmation on who will be taken to the pitch for the Monkeys. Looks like that's just coming through now. It's going to be Raziz and Smokes. So Matane will be sitting out. Bams will be sitting out. We've got Mota and Astro taking on Raziz and Smokes.
Yeah, they have to win it. I feel like this is already now a very, very dangerous position for NIP to have found themselves in. And, you know, we brought up earlier on about, you know, coming in off Worlds. But we also need to chat very quickly about these teams that have not been involved in Worlds. When you've got teams like Monkeys who haven't had much to do since the regionals finished, and that was before Boston. That was a month before Boston. This has been their focus the entire time.
That's a long time. It's been 2
like
months
3
since
months.
they've seen anything, any sort of gameplay. And, well, as we said, they've just had to prepare for this game mode, for this format, for the crew battles. And let's see if it's paid off. We know clearly the three, somehow, whilst all the best teams in the world have been away in Boston and at the door, have improved in the threes and looking sensational. What have they got in the twos? Have they been playing enough ranked? Have they got their reps in? We're about to find out.
Yeah, I can expect to see a very different play style here from Monkeys, but already they are happy to retreat. The passing option available. Raziers, oh, he'll be disappointed with that touch. It is on NIP here, and now Smoke's looking for the low challenge. Doesn't get it off the backboard, bumped away, and now time to retreat Raziers.
I love how Raziers plays, though. It's the long game. It's not committing too hard. He just pops it up, doesn't flip into it. And here we go again. Mott has to get to work. Counter-attack could just be in. NIP find a gap in the offense.
And maybe in a surprising way, they found it on an overcommit. Raziers tried to fake challenge. There was nothing to fake. Motta was already the passing option. So 1-0 to NIP. And no ability to time waste here, Monkeys. You've got to go for it.
I love the way the Monkeys were set up, but NIP just so quick to, I mean, just pick them apart. Raziers would have had a one-on-one, but took to the sky. And again, opting for the 50, keeping control. Wants to grab that boost as well. That's great play. Motta's got 0. He wants to leave it for Astrobic, but he doesn't want to get in there because Raziers is right here. His Smokes fires it on, but just gone a little bit wide.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a pointless hit, really. Wasn't testing much. Raziers trying to cook over on the wall. Didn't get the challenge. Just played a little bit too early. Again, Smokes does a good job. So dangerous in those positions that you might get yourself faked. That you might play for something that isn't real. Now off the demo, Smokes has got to buy his team some time. And he's wiped out. Goal for NIP.
Just absolute brutality on this attack here. Smokes has to backtrack. It was a poor first touch, but he gets cleared out. Raziers had already been demoed, tries to spawn back in time, but NIP, I mean, this series so far, Shogun, has just gone polar opposite to what I perhaps would have predicted.
I thought it was 50-50 on the twos. I thought ones that, you know, Monkeys would be very strong. I thought threes would be fully on NIP, but twos is just turning into a outclassing by NIP.
That's a big miss from Raziers, just faked out by Motta. Raziers had to cover the extra touch, but perhaps didn't need to go at all. As NIP get their third on the board, there's still so much time in this game, and it is twos. We spoke about that. Elevate series, but I mean, NIP so in control at the moment. Great flip reset. However, this is next. Oh, the second touch almost came through. Motta's right there. Raziers throwing it forward, but NIP looking in control.
The Monkeys, I feel like they've really struggled with the first touch. There's been so often that they've just sort of hit it. No real control. They've made it easy for NIP on the defense. Kind of the exact role reversal of what we saw in the last game where NIP were kind of handing away the ball. And now Raziers voids the demo, and there's one back. Brilliant play from Raziers. Just snuck his way through.
Just so clever. Forced the overcommit from NIP as Motta luckily fell forward. Promise just trusted that the bump was coming through, but Raziers just so good to get out of the way. He's been dodging all his career. Coming through there. 2 goals now, half a game left, still a lot of time, and Smokes gets a chance, but he'll want that shot back again.
Yeah, he overthought that one. Didn't go for the power, tried to place it behind a pre-jump. Ended up not really achieving too much, but still loads of time for a 2-goal lead to maybe disappear. NIP taking their time. Motta, he was trying for this a lot in the last game, finding more success in the twos. I really like NIP's fake challenges to this point. They're doing a really solid job of convincing monkeys that there's more available than there actually has been. Now, Motta, he was really up against it. Brilliant pass back.
He is getting to work down the end, and Smoke's just grabbing all the boost, flicks it across. Motta in so much trouble. A little 1-2-1. Monkeys. Well, I almost wrote them off here, Shogun, early on in this twos game, but they've warmed up and almost a kickoff, but seems like a bit of a set play, and it's almost worked out. Raziz is getting demoed. Stromic's right on him. Does grab the boost. NIP can keep pressure. Smokes will want to take this because Raziz has none, and does so.
Yeah, Raziz's ability to avoid demos has kept monkeys in this game because he is on the cusp. He's on the line of being caught so many times, but we saw that that's how they got their first goal. Can they just guide them into one more mistake? Good challenge. Raziz, he's got to try and scramble to it. He did pre-jump, but he kept himself low. And Motta did very well to just sweep back across. Now Smokes has to avoid being demoed. Raziz with the ball. Oh, he's dropped that so early. Instead, had to go for the challenge. Raziz would have wanted to keep that on the hood.
So much aggression from NIP, but can we come back to bite them with the counter attack? Here's Raziz. So much boost. Oh, one over the top, but Stromic's there. Extra touch from Raziz will allow Smokes to come in, but Stromic's so fast. Smokes having to play deep. Raziz does grab 100 as well. This is the last chance. It's 30 seconds. Stromic pushing forward. Raziz again. Monkeys. The demos are coming through. Everything coming through. Motta this time plays the avoidee of the bump. And it works out for the counter attack. Here it is. Motta takes it up high, then goes low. Smokes cuts rotation and helps out.
Now Raziz off the ceiling. He's got loads of time. Fakes. Oh! Raziz! That was incredible.
You are joking. Off the ceiling, face the flip, and then just pogos it off his wheels, gets power somehow, bottom left corner, ties it up with 11 seconds left. Someone tell him it's the first day. It's group stage. Save that for the playoffs.
There's always a player that steps up, and he was the one this time around. They might even get this in regulation. Raziz gets caught. Monkeys, after looking like they were down and out of this one, are back in it. And now we have overtime.
This could just be the storied team of the tournament. Monkeys so impressive. Raziz has been the MVP, at least to the B stream so far. What can he do again? Motta, insta challenge, NIP. They were 3 goals up, but Monkeys
Smokes
just wore them down. And Stromic with a fake. Smokes lands. And Raziz, so confident. Motta pre-jumps. He's beaten him as Stromic's there. Can he get 2 on it? Yes, he does.
Smokes off the wall. Are they going to try and see who gets this one first? Motta has to try and meet him. Raziz fakes the challenge. He's done so good at keeping himself relevant to the play. And there's been a few demos. The pass across. Is that pass? Is it a shot? Well, it's achieved neither. And it might be NIP's turn.
Stromic has to dodge the demo, just forces it down. Oh, it's a huge overcommit. Stromic, open net. Oh, it's gone wide. He's bounced it past. And Motta hasn't got the follow-up either. Monkeys staying alive. Smokes 0 boost. Just has to get anything on it as Stromic has landed it off of Motta's head there. This is absolute chaos. Raziz, just so much confidence. Goes to fake, tries to go low. Motta meets him. Monkeys. The offense is increasing. The level of play is going up.
Oh, and a huge
miss. It could be open. Motta's back.
NIP are so lucky that Motta spawned on the left-hand side. If he wasn't, that was a goal. No Astro by himself, but now you've got Raziz, who again avoids the demo.
How? How does he keep doing this time and time again? It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. His game sounds on 350%. Smokes now. Needs a Stromic Raziz. I mean, Smokes' game is just to give Raziz space, and I don't blame him. Grab the boost, grab a demo, and get out of the way. But here's Motta down the other end. Air dribble off the ceiling. We saw Zen do something similar at the World Championships. Raziz, huge beat out. There's an overcommit, and it's open!
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Monkeys are a game off And they have just been a step too quick.
Wow. Wow. What just happened? NIP 3-0 up. Monkeys just clawed their way back, pawed their way back. And Raziz, with 11 seconds left, has pulled off probably top 5 goal of the tournament on day one.
I mean, that's incredible. I can't tell where I stand here between that just being incredible by Monkeys and NIP kind of bottling it.
It was a big bottle job. Let's call a spade a spade. It was an enormous bottle job, and I think I mentioned it sort of with a minute 30 left, 2 minutes left. NIP, they were still 2 goals, 1 goal up, but they were still so aggressive, almost like what's going on here? I mean, I know that typically in the past that is the South American play style, but guys, we're up a goal, it's 2s. You know, you don't want to overcommit, leave your teammate on a bit of an island. And we just saw Monkeys get, in the end, that overtime overcommit, Smoke scoring that open net shot. I mean,
I'm going to claim that is positive tilt that just happened to NIP. They got the 3 goals up and they thought, right, we're better at this. Like, this is our game mode. We are outright better than you. And by the time they knew what was going on, they were already caught and beat. But I want to talk about that Pogo goal one more time. That is one of the sickest goals I've seen.
Just the power that he got as well off the tires and the placement to put a bottom corner. Everything about it was perfect. But we're back into the 3s.
And, well, we were wondering whether or not getting them away for 3s was going to be a bad thing for Monkeys. Well, now they've got 3 match points. 2 of those games will be in 3s. Although I'm kind of pulling for NIP in this game, and they have got the first goal. Reason for that, CJ, is I want to see a 1s game.
Yeah, that was an anti-caster curse from you as well there, as NIP do get their first goal in the 3s format. Game 1 was a 2-0 to the Monkeys, so certainly a bit of a reversal there early. We are seeing a lot of early kickoff goals. I know that one wasn't exactly a kickoff goal, but certainly in the first 20, 25 seconds of games, and this time it's NIP's.
But yeah, after the last game, I don't know. An early goal doesn't seem to indicate all too much. What does indicate is that Monkeys can't be as defensive as they were in game number 1.
I mean, Raziz is just getting issues that defy my ability to play the game. I'm not sure how he's doing it, but he's just so locked in right now. He needs to be as well, because NIP, you feel like losing that first 3s game. Well, a little bit of a whiff there coming through, but you'd think that they'd be locked in now, Shogun.
Yeah, Raziz is the ace player on this team. He is the one that will be a part of all 5 games if they are needed. So the fact that he is also currently the best player on the field is a pretty solid thing for you.
It's certainly what you want your star player to be playing, like a star player. And as I said, his touches are so good, like just so good. Can he get one more through? Here it is, almost dunking it through. Batain throws himself. NIP having to defend for now. Stromic with a nice clear, but Smokes is right there and does get a huge reset. Motta's in trouble. He's awkward off the side post. Raziz throws himself. Motta recovering. Batain shot on as Stromic just puts his controller down, because we got 1-1.
I've never seen a car rooted to the ground. Astro refused to move, refused to jump. He knew he was beaten. Monkeys won. NIP won. And Monkeys are a team that have been thriving with momentum.
I mean, Stromic just... It looked like he was confused between the accelerator and the brake for 5 or 6 seconds there, and it's a little bit out of position front post, but gets a chance to redeem himself here. Smokes awkward touch. Batain has to go. Does well. There's boost for him to collect, and the ball to collect as well. The whiff might help out because Raziz is beaten. The demo's coming through. Bems is there. Monkeys, they want one more. They want to get the lead. It just does die down this offense. Stromic. It's a good touch, a huge bump, but Monkeys, so many players on the backboard at all times, living up to their name. They're just climbing around the walls.
Again, no challenge early. They will try and bump a car, but Monkeys refuse to jump. I think that's the big thing. Like, they want to stay as grounded as they can be in defense and only jump if they absolutely have to. That's a bit of a dangerous touch in Raziz. We know he can hit the target, and he also knows how to miss the target, and he had to that time around. Oh, was that just... NIP? Where are you?
What? Hang on. What just happened? Matane has fired this double jump.
How have we managed to go this entire replay, and I've only seen one NIP car?
I'm still not too sure how that was open. I know there was a demo, but I mean, fired from the other end of the pitch. It wasn't the most powerful thing we've ever seen, but a little advantageous. An opportunistic shot there coming through from Monkeys, and again, gaining the lead, potentially 3-0ing NIP. This would be, I'm not saying a massive upset, but in the style that they've done,
3-0 is a massive upset.
It's crazy.
A 3-0 in the 2 game modes that I think we both agree we were expecting to be the troublesome ones. Ones, you know, we were expecting Monkeys would have probably an advantage with Razias. They don't even need ones at this rate.
I mean, having that in the back pocket, though, has to give so much confidence to Monkeys, knowing they've almost got a free hit now, and Smokes is playing like it. He doesn't have any boost coming off that flip.
Too. Oh,
the demos.
Dearie me. Razias, there's no way.
just cannot get demoed. What is happening? They do get a goal eventually. Razias dodges everything, but Astromic, from the pass off Bams, gets the equalizer.
We finally found where Razia's limit is. NIP back into this game. They've looked good in bursts, but NIP need to get rid of the little mistakes. Need to not give up a freebie because Monkeys do not seem to feel the pressure. They've taken everything handed their way. Razia's already up. All right, a little bit too confident. And now off the demos, it Smokes, jumps early, and the bump. So Razia's gets one bump, and that gets rid of the pressure.
Yeah, would have liked to see the shot straight on net. I'm not sure if the dribble play was the one there. It was open momentarily as now it's open down the other end. Bams has to jump at it. He's missed that by a mile as Stromic then meets him in the air. I mean, NIP, they tie it up, but it looks so shaky in the process. It's a great pre-jump from Motta, however. Razias, again, just every touch turning to gold. Great beat out. Smokes redirect. Oh, it's trouble for Bams. Matane's there as well. He's got to go off the backboard to himself. 1, 2, 3. More trouble for NIP. Counter-attack maybe, actually. Wowee. NIP just keeping it in there. 12 seconds left. We'll probably have overtime. Monkeys could have scored.
You know, been critical, but NIP defensively were fantastic right there. To get 2 saves in a row on very difficult to read plays. They have kept themselves in this one, and now they need to get this next goal.
Here we go. Overtime, Monkeys, a chance at sweeping NIP in a massive result. 3s and 2s could be theirs. Astromic goes high, air dribble. This is it, Razias. Saves his team once again. So fast, throws it up. Astromic in trouble, gets the read. Razias everywhere. Matane wants a slice as well. This Monkeys pushing forward. Matane's off the ceiling. Is this a lot in Season 3? What is happening? But I'm sorry,
CJ. The angle of the century only happens once per century.
I want to see it twice. I want to see it one more time.
That completely invalidates the call at that point.
The angle we see a couple of times a century, but not quite there. Razias again. Much boost, but almost an easy free beat out there. Smokes goes high. Stromy jumps as well. NIP's defense holding on, but it is awkward. And Razias is just dancing around everyone. Can the bump come through? No, Astromic does well. And a huge beat. It should be open. No, we've got one back. It's Razias. He has to dodge every single bump, but every time he steps up to the occasion.
Right, that was just a complete misplay, though, from NIP. The idea was correct, but the touch to set up the bumps was so heavy. They just give them away. Now off the backboard, there's going to be no follow-up that's quick enough. NIP are kind of wasting good positions here.
Smokes with 0 boost as well, but he gets away with it. Matane off the ceiling, pops one more, should I say, over the top. Bams gets beaten out. Monkeys are just working the ball around. Huge touch from Astromic, lunging at it. Every touch from NIP met with pressure from Monkeys, however. Here's Matane again, just flailing around, but The offense, it's just increasing with every touch. Monkeys, the confidence growing with every touch.
I mean, NIP again doing a great job of meeting all of these challenges, but the boost game is now incredibly important. Motto's the only one with anything too much. Be up to them to get the ball over to him. M's good win. No follow-up. They're actually onto the blind side here of NIP. Challenge missed. Mitane sets up. And that's in. Monkeys sweep NIP.
They've done it in 3s and 2s. Not even the 1v1s had to be a factor in this best of 5. Monkeys with the best possible start. The team that so many pinned as a potential dark horse due to the format, due to the crew battles nature. And they have stunned NIP here in Group B. NIP and Elevate now in the lower bracket. Wowee.
Incredible. And you know what? Fair play. That is probably the best Razir's performance I've seen in 3s. We know how good he is in 1s, but the transition of that over into the 3s game, it does look like it has been difficult for him up until then. That was incredible. I got another incredible thing for you here, CJ, because I'm just peering over to the A stream. They're in 1v1 right now between Optic and Gladiators. OSM is currently beating AJ 4-1.
What?
Yeah, with 40 seconds left.
Look,
we won't ever hear the end of this if OSM wins this.
Credit to OSM. He's a very, very good 1v1 player, but AJ's known as one of the best in the world. So, Jesus, there is upsets galore happening right now, and I mean, a phenomenal play there coming out from on, I guess, on our side of things. Monkeys.
I mean, this is match highlight. It's Razir's highlights. That is what we've mostly got. He was phenomenal throughout that entire match. 3s, 2s. I still cannot believe that NIP did not win the 2s game, but I'm sure neither can they, to be completely honest with you. They will find themselves in the lower bracket and a long road to go.
It's gonna be a tough one, but it is the lower bracket, so you know they're still alive. If you just make your way through to the playoffs, everything's forgotten about in the groups.
Yeah, it will be incredibly difficult for them to get their way through. But hey, they've got plenty of time to try and recollect themselves and set out. But for Mitane and the rest of Monkeys, they move on in the upper bracket, and we'll see how the rest of this group goes after this break. Oh, we have an interview. Ooh. We actually do. Oh, who we got? Ooh.
Last minute interview. This is what we like. Who do we have for this interview? We're getting word through. We're getting fed through an interview. Ooh. Hang on a minute.
All right. Well, once we get them through, we will be able to have a chat. And
the chat thought they were losing to Shogun, but we're here for the long haul. We are here for the long haul. Look, Monkeys. I mean, we sort of joked about the European region, Shogun, but it's starting to not become a joke anymore. I mean, whatever European team you send, they just show up.
They're just overpowered. It's an overpowered region. All right. Well, let's have a chat then. To our interview, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, Shogun. I'm doing good. Thank you.
All right. Let's start this off pretty simple. 3-0. Were you expecting a 3-0 against a team like NIP?
Not really, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a bit of a closer match, but we came out like very strong at the gate, and we like got the hype starting, and we just continued it rolling. So we played really well.
Now, Mitane, what's going on with the region? What's going on with the European region? Because I mean, we joked about it during this first game, because NIP I thought should be winning the 3s. You know, you guys are pretty. You know, maybe the 1s and 2s could be your format, but have you guys been what's the scrims been looking like? Because the 3s is on fire.
We haven't really had a lot of scrims at all, to be honest. Even in Gamers8, like not a lot of people are scrimming since it's like after Worlds. But like, yeah, we haven't had a lot of scrims. We just played really well. Like that's all I can say. Like EU is just better than most regions at the moment. It's just how it is.
I mean, very, very difficult to argue against that. Me and CJ have been sort of theorizing what it's like when you're not able to play. And you were the one that was sort of watching during the twos game. What is that experience like, knowing that the tournament result is kind of out of your input for the time being?
For me personally, it's fine because I know like Reserves and Smokes are both very talented players in twos. So whenever they score a goal or like when they concede, I'm just kind of like the middleman that helps them hype up and like calm down during between the games together with Andy as our coach. We just like get the hype going, get them calmed down, and like that's how it just kind of goes. For me, it's not really a big deal that I don't play.
And what's, I guess, the mindset for you guys coming into this tournament? Because a lot of the teams here have just, played at the World Championships. This is probably that, I guess, we talk about that was their goal, and this is kind of this fun thing afterwards. But for you guys, you've set yourselves for this tournament. So do you feel any extra pressure because this is your sort of World Championships? Or do you sort of treat it as that underdog story that, you've been able to prepare off to the side?
I don't think we actually feel any extra pressure against the teams we're playing because we know we're like capable of like beating good teams, and we know we're like all talented players. So I don't think there's any extra pressure, and I think this is like kind of our Worlds, I guess, to look forward to, since it's like a very big event for us. And of course, we didn't make Major and Worlds, so I'd say this is like our Worlds towards the end of the season right now.
So I'm going to give you one more question before we let you go on your way. You've got Gen G in the next round. Now, let's say you guys win the first match, the freeze game. What game mode do you think they are more likely to take, the twos or the ones?
Well, that's a hard question because we probably have Jack in ones, and then we have Reserves in ones. So like they're both very talented players that have like competed in the EU against each other for a long time. So I don't know. I think twos is more likely we win it than ones. I think ones is going to be closer, but I think we're still like managing to win both if we do play them.
All right, well, thank you very much, and congratulations on your dominant victory against one of South America's best, and good luck against Gen G. So, yeah, have a lot of fun.
Thank you very much, guys.
Right, well, that was Mitane, who is, obviously very chill about the fact that he just annihilated one of the best teams in South America. I wish I could be that cool, but unfortunately I am not. But very fortunately, we will have more Gamers8 action after this break.